many girls who got pregnant at like almost my age.
That was the end of
That was the end of school. Yeah, because you're told you have decided to be a mother, be a mother. So my...
Hi everyone, hope you've all been doing good. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm rather doing things differently, and I'm joined with a very beautiful lady who has a lot of wisdom and a lot of life experience that I would like to share with all of us. Allow me to introduce my friend Kate on board as we go through a journey of life experiences. Welcome, Kate.
Hi Lydia, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, it's really good
Welcome
to see
to my
you.
YouTube channel. Here we basically just do vlogs, tell stories on life experiences, and basically have fun. So there's nothing like serious.
Okay.
Don't feel like you're under pressure, but we just have a simple conversation that will help a girl out there. So Kate is a mom, and she became a teen mom. She became a mom at a very young age, and I thought maybe we can bring her on board to tell us her experiences as a mom, and maybe to tell us what she knows now that she didn't know back in the day when, accidentally or not accidentally, decided to become a mom at a very young age. So Kate, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Lydia. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Catherine. So as Lydia says, I was a teen mom, and I hope this will encourage people out there. I was a teen mom. By the time I was 19 years, I already had 2 children.
19.
Yes.
So you got your first kid at what age?
At 16 years.
Okay.
At 16 years, and it was tough because I remember at that time, what used to happen, in fact I was very scared, because what used to happen is, it was natural, once you get pregnant and you're in school, you have to abort. So actually the first thought in my mind was to go through abortion. However, there were so many girls who were going through the same, and they were passing away. So that was a bit scary.
Did you share with anyone, or it was just common knowledge that among us girls that if you get pregnant, that's what's the only option? Did you share with your parents or an elder person?
I didn't, because the option was to do an abortion before my parents discovered. But now the options, oh my goodness, you know, my friends, the ones that who had gotten pregnant, who were in school, we were in school with, it's just a common occurrence. I know people think it's strange, but really these cases are really many. Because even when I was in primary, there were my colleagues also who had already gotten pregnant by the time they were in standard 8. So me, when I was 16 years at Form 2, I was even old. Young, but old. Because there are those who had gotten pregnant in primary, and they had also gone through an abortion, and they passed away.
So okay, just to interrupt you, were you dating this guy, or how did it happen? Or you just got yourself into a situationship?
No, it was a boyfriend I was dating. He was a bit older. Yeah, and it was just a boyfriend, I guess. It was very fertile.
You're experiencing stuff.
Yes, and then you know, guys out there will tell you nice, beautiful things that you do not hear. You're beautiful. I mean, the girl was telling me how beautiful I am.
For sure you are. You're
yes.
African beauty.
Yes, and you can imagine now as a small girl when you're told like that, and you haven't heard that so much, you think he's the only one who's telling you like that. So,
and you imagine that this is just it.
Yeah, I thought, oh my goodness.
Happily ever after.
Happily, I thought I was going to get married to him.
At the age of 16?
Well, the way he was discussing, it's like, well, you'll finish school, because of course I had to be 18 first before I get married. But I just knew we are getting married. Okay. And those are the things you imagine. I don't know. I think there's, I'd encourage girls out there. It's basically, when you're below 18, the thought process is very different.
So back to the story, you're 16, you're pregnant, you've juggled with the idea of getting an abortion, of which you didn't do it anyway.
Yeah.
So how did you decide to keep the pregnancy, and how was the journey? And at what point did you discuss with your parents?
Wow. So where do I start? It was tough. So one, I did not discuss with my parents because I was scared.
Are you living with them? Okay.
And I just decided, you know what? Let nature take its course. We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Were you in a boarding school?
No, I was in a day school.
Okay, so you went through the pregnancy journey. Did you have like cravings? How are you dealing with them? Of course, the body is changing.
Body changed. I think I lost so much weight. So the strange thing was I was growing bigger, but still smaller in this way because I was not
Like the tummy
feeding.
was.
It was there. It was big, but I was trying to starve myself so that I don't become so big. So I was really starving myself. I didn't want to eat because I wanted to be small. I didn't want
So
to
that people
grow
don't notice that you're actually carrying a baby.
Yeah, because I was still going to school. I never stopped going to school. I still continued going to school.
Fast forward to when the pregnancy was term now.
So remember, I don't know these things. So me, I'm just going with the flow. So when I was getting to 9 months, I was even on my way to school. Then I started getting cramps. In fact, I think
And all this time, no one has noticed that you're pregnant.
My friends, I think, had noticed in school, my close friends, but they were not saying anything. But I think I noticed they noticed because there's a way they were looking at me, but they were maybe waiting for me to tell them. Since I'm not telling them, they did not ask. And we moved on like that.
Okay.
And what happened was when I got to, my baby got to term, 9 months, it was just God. I had already even told my grandmom I'll go and live with her because I knew what was happening if before you were born, probably if your parents discovered, for my friends, the ones who were discovered early, they were taken to Ushago, or they were told not to Ushago, actually they were kicked to go and stay with the boyfriend. So I knew I'd probably be kicked to go and live with that boyfriend, but I didn't want to live with him because I still wanted to go to school. So in my mind, I knew education is still the important thing.
Yeah.
And I just had decided I'll just keep the baby.
Okay.
Even without telling my parents. So what I did, this was in August, because I actually thought the baby would come in August, but the baby came in September. So I was hoping that I'd deliver during the holidays. I told my grandmom that I'll come and stay with you. Yeah, I'll help you, we'll be digging together. I just said I'll hustle there. So that is what I told my grandma, and she was like, okay. She didn't understand, but I'll be like, I'll definitely relocate.
Okay.
Yeah, because I knew there's no way my mom is going to agree, or my dad. So, funny enough, the day, that time, on the
day
night
you got your labor,
the labor pain started on my way to school. I was just planning to go out of the house, and the labor pain started. I think it was a miracle because imagine I would have delivered in class.
So the labor came.
The labor came. So now I think my mom looked at me and she realized, because my mom was the one who was there when she was preparing for us to go, is when she noticed, wait, there's something happening here.
Yeah.
So that's when I think she looked properly and she noticed I'm pregnant.
The last day.
On the last day.
Okay. Which conversation are you now having?
So I had to just pretend, because I had to pretend. You see, I'm still a young girl and I'm still having thoughts of a girl, a small girl. People think at 16 is old.
No, you're still a baby.
I'm still a baby because my thought is I cannot still accept, because my mom will be like, I know. So I just decided to pretend that I don't know what's going on.
Yet you're in pain.
I'm in pain. I'm almost dying. I'm feeling like the baby could be coming out, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So I decided to pretend. It was really strange. I decided to just pretend because I knew she'd take me to hospital. So I'll be like, we'll figure it out still in hospital. It was really strange. So we went, took me to a hospital. So she was thinking now. So I think my mom thought, because remember, I've not been eating, so I'm small.
Yeah.
I used to just eat dry foods.
You didn't have cravings or anything?
Yeah, my cravings were dry foods. like mabuyu, ile unga, like baby food, like Cerelac, which is, because it's dry, and then milk powder, dry. So I was only eating those dry
foods. Like you're a rich kid. How are you affording these things?
So it was really funny. So I don't know, I used to try and save kidogo, those small pocket money you get. Imagine that's what I was saving to buy the Cerelac. For the mabuyu, they were not so expensive. But the milk powder was expensive, and I needed a very big pack because that was what I was eating. That is what I was surviving with.
Maybe leaking or doing whatever.
No, so what I did, I used to tell my dad, I really want this milk powder. So see him, he knows it's protein and it's milk.
Yes.
So he used to buy it because I used to tell him I prefer that milk instead of the other milk for the cow. And that is all I was eating. So you can imagine, I was surviving on dry foods. I was very small. I was very small. I think I was even less than 50 kgs. I was really small. Even my baby was...
You didn't go to a single clinic?
I never went to an antenatal clinic.
Okay, you're not in hospital.
I'm in hospital, and my mom is wanting to know how many months pregnant am I.
Oh, by now she has already discovered that.
Yeah, on that day, she has to take me to hospital because I'm in pain, I'm in stomach.
Yes.
And I think she realized now I'm pregnant. But I think she thought, because it's not so big, she thought maybe 3 months or 4 months.
The early stages of
pregnancy. And I didn't want to tell her the truth. I'm just there because I'm like, I'm so scared. You see, I can't tell. I've already waited until this last minute. Yes. So she took me to see our family doctor. When he PMA'd me, he checked me and he told my mom, what your daughter needs is a maternity hospital. There's nothing we can do here. She just needs to deliver. She's actually about to give birth now. You need to rush her. My mom was almost collapsing. And she told my dad was so disappointed. I have never seen my dad so disappointed in his life.
16 years old.
Yeah, because you can imagine my parents have invested so much in my education. They have sacrificed. My mom, not that they had so much, but they sacrificed. Yeah, wanajinyima. Hiyo pesa maybe wangenunua magari nini is what they're using for my education. I could see my dad so disappointed. I have never seen my dad so disappointed. I felt so bad. But now what to do?
The baby is here.
So the baby was there, and then I went and delivered. My baby was small. It was really, I think because he was, I think 2.6 kgs.
That's a tiny baby.
That's tiny because people usually come at 3 kgs. So that was he was 2.6, and he was really a beautiful baby. And he's there. He's still there. He's hardworking. He's doing well. I'm happy for him. And yeah, so basically it was that, and that I was informed too.
So how was your journey now to transition from being a 16-year-old girl to being a mom?
Yeah.
After leaving the hospital, or your mom took charge of raising the baby?
Yes, and actually that is one of the things I like talking to single mothers about. Actually, parents of teenage mothers. Now, because now teenage girls, they're still girls, but they're moms.
Yeah.
So what I even encourage mothers, don't chase your girl away. Don't. Because she's still a child, okay? The thing is, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory. It's happened. So the best thing is to now, what do we do now?
The baby is here. You're still a baby as well. How do we move forward?
Yeah. So I thank God because my parents decided to now make that decision. They asked me just one question, only one. And the question was, do you want to continue with school? Actually, that is the only question they asked me. I said yes.
Well, God bless your parents, because where I come from, back in the day, if you became a mom, forget about school. You now take your new role as a mom, start reading for yourself, and that would have been the end of your school. But of course, things have changed with time.
I've still, you know what? I see that's still going on. That was a lot, because many girls who's actually decided to keep their pregnancies. Okay, there were not so many because many were aborting, but the ones who kept, they did not continue with school. I know very many. In fact, from where my country, the countryside.
Yeah.
Many girls who got pregnant at like almost my age.
That was the end of
that was the end of school. Yeah, because you're told you have decided to be a mother, be a mother. So my parents really, I mean, I tell God, I pray for them all the time, Lydia. Do you know, they decided to actually help me. So yes, I'm a mom, but they also, because you see, one of the things I also encourage parents, when your daughter goes into such a process, imagine you have to increase your costs because now you're not feeding only one person.
And remember, when you're a new mom, you're like on a
maternity, that is cost.
Like even a special kind of diet.
Yeah,
because you need to feed well, so to produce milk for the
now it's different because even the doctors told my mom, this one she has to feed because I had lost so much weight. I had to feed for me and for the baby.
Did you push the baby or it was through a C-section?
It was not through a C-section. I pushed, but it was natural actually. Yeah,
because I'm imagining you're still very young and very
it was easy
in an attempt to hide the pregnancy, so maybe it was easy for you. Or even you had God's favor.
Yes, also that. And the doctor said, I guess also when you're very young, it's not usually so tough. It's natural because I think the bones are still strong and you can push easily. So it was easy. Actually, it was like I entered, in few minutes I was done. In fact, the doctors were like, "Why haraka sana?" In fact, the other mothers who were there, I left. I came. There were many mothers in labor. I went, delivered, and left them still in labor.
So now, after getting the baby, and of course your parents going through the process of accepting, how long did it take you to like now go back to school?
It didn't take long. It just took me like 2 weeks.
You're kidding?
Yeah, just 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not like it's a death sentence. It's not like I'm sick. I just delivered.
So like your parents got you a nanny. How are you feeding the baby? Because I'm thinking the baby is still on breast milk, or you're expressing the milk and go to sleep.
Yeah. So what I did is, yes, I was doing something close to that, but we already had a house help.
Okay.
So the house help was helping. No, basically I'll be still home. Before I go, I'm there with the baby, isn't it?
Yes.
Then I go to school, and then I come back in the evening. I'm still with the baby. So it was working well because I was in a day school.
Oh, great. In school, did you encounter any stigma? Or maybe the teachers, were they welcoming and accommodating, or how was the transition now?
So you know what happens is, when teenage moms get pregnant, what happens is, many times they'll change schools. I think you must have experienced that.
Yes.
You can't really go back to the same school.
Because of stigma.
Yeah.
And people will be pointing fingers.
Yeah.
And maybe teachers telling other kids to
like,
stay away from you.
Yeah, because now you're not a girl anymore.
In your case, you didn't change the school?
No, I didn't.
So how was the experience? How are people now looking at you? How are teachers?
So today is when they will know.
They didn't know that you had a baby?
No, they did not.
The secret is out, guys.
Yes, it is
She
out.
became a mom at 16 in Form 2.
Yes.
Now you know the secret.
So my classmates now, I'm going to be very shocked, I'm sure, the ones who are with me.
What?
Yeah, they didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
was the milk leaking?
Yeah, it was leaking a bit, but you see now you get the nice padded bras.
Oh, nice.
And then you wear 2 sweaters.
Did I make you like spill the beans?
No, it is okay. I mean, my people know. It's just that you see now, since I was in school, I mean, we moved on, so I didn't go back and tell them, oh, by the way, I got a baby. Yes, but I did get a baby. So
was
and many people usually wonder, like the ones who are with him primary, like, hey, you have big kids. How come you have big kids? You know, the one they used to have, they wonder. Yeah.
Now, guys, you know she became a mom.
Yes, I became an age at 16, and then, funny enough, my mom told me it's like you didn't plan. So when I finished 4th form, I got pregnant again.
No,
I'm telling you.
Wait, let me take you back to the time now you become a mom. Did you have any conversation with your parents?
Well, I said I want to go back to school,
no,
and then
about going back to school. About what had happened, what went wrong for you to become pregnant, and how maybe to avoid that. Did you like have a sex talk with your parents?
I wouldn't say we had a sex talk, but or we did. But the thing is, what my parents realized is that they probably thought it was a mistake. And because I was growing up, it was just a mistake. So we accepted it was just an unfortunate
And they figured
mistake.
out that maybe you had learnt your lesson.
Yeah, and my
you
mom
did better
told
next
me,
time.
yes, my mom told me, you should have learned your mistake.
Mhm.
So it's a mistake, but it's not a mistake because the baby was born. But now, well, because it was unplanned.
Yeah.
What-
Unplanned, and of course,
Yeah.
we are not calling the baby a mistake.
Yeah.
The baby is not a mistake.
Yes.
It's because she was young,
Yeah. It was unplanned
unplanned,
Yeah.
and clueless, actually.
at that time.
Yeah.
But the baby is amazing. In fact, one thing even my mother said, once a baby comes, there's not a mistake. God has a plan for them. God has already planned for him. Anakuja na sahani yake. Hiyo watu wanasemanga mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. They come with their
Anakuja na
plate.
sahani yake.
It is because
Did
There's
you
a plan.
inform the father?
the
your
father
then
knew.
boyfriend,
Yeah, he knew.
when the baby came? Okay.
But now, it was really funny. But we couldn't. It just changed. The relationship even changed.
Remember, you are kids.
Yeah.
And you can't even actually blame anyone.
Yeah,
You're
the
just kids,
relationship
and
changed.
maybe you are doing what you knew best.
Exactly.
So you've cleared your high school.
I did.
And boom.
Cleared my high school, and then that December it was like a celebration, so I ended up getting pregnant again.
What conversation do you have with your parents again
Now I just did another repeat,
of the same thing?
yes, of keeping quiet again. So I just kept quiet and waited again until
The baby came.
when I'm delivering again.
Yeah.
So this time was strange because I was supposed to be going to university September, sindio?
Yeah.
Because that's when people go to the university in
Yes.
September. So I was
But back in
supposed
the
to
day, I
go.
think guys used to wait for a whole year.
Yes, that
before
was the whole year.
transition.
Yeah, the pregnancy is a year. So
Oh,
that is
yeah.
the whole year
So
to
it's
the
like
following year.
you got pregnant in Form 4.
In December,
In
when I
December,
finished
when
the
you
exams.
finished.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you're supposed to go to transition to campus. It's September of the following year. And now you're pregnant or
In fact, that is when I was delivering. So I did not go in September.
So this time you had to become like a full-time mom.
My parents told me now, kama umezoea. You're too mad. Now you
Yes.
stay home. Now
You
that
stay
you
there and be a mom.
Yeah. So I stayed until I weaned my baby, and then I went to university. When my baby is weaning, but I was still doing the same thing. So still in the morning, go, then come back in the evening and breastfeed.
So like at no point did your babies miss a mom because
there was no this interruption. Yeah.
Now, Kate, maybe the direction I would like this conversation to take is, of course, you are now a mom of 2, teenager. I'm sure there are things that have happened that maybe have opened up your eyes, even as you're going through the university. What challenges would you say you faced? What do you know now that would have made a difference had you known the same back in the day when you became a teenage mom?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. It's actually a very important question because I see very many girls in love when they are very young. I'm here to tell you that is shenanigans. It's puppy love. Because when I was even in high school, you know what I was surprised about? My taste. I mean, that is not the person I'd go for. Even when I went, I was not yet in university,
Yeah.
right? So I went to university when I already had 2 kids. My goodness, it's like my world opened. It's like I had a sprint in my eyes and they opened.
So are you trying to say that your decision-making ability had changed?
Completely. There was no decision making. I was making foolish decisions. So my choice, even in the boyfriends I'm having, it doesn't even make sense because I'm not looking, when you're a bit older, like in college, university, you're over 18 years, you're 19, uko 20, you see things differently because you see you're studying, so you're looking for someone who is on your level. See now, that time when I'm young, I'm not looking at does he have a job?
No, it's about...
And the guy did not even have a job.
He
He didn't even have a job. He was even staying with the parents. When I think about it, it's not even, I ask myself really, because Those are the decisions we make. You see, when you're dating, the guy you're going to be dating when you're young, he's obviously staying with his parents.
Of course.
He's obviously dependent on his parents.
Of course.
He's not earning. So you're not thinking, how is this person going to be in future? Is he going to be totally dependent? Is he going to make wise decisions when it comes to work? Zero. So I would not, even that's what I told you, more or less even the relationship ended. By the time I was going to university, I think it's just high. There was no relationship because the person cannot even afford to take care of my kids. Remember, my parents are the ones who are taking care of the children.
Everything.
They are helping.
Was he coming to see the babies?
No.
But
they can't because to see how, and they can't come even buy nappies. We used to have nappies. These days people use Pampers. Before there were not
called
such
diapers. Pampers is a brand.
Pampers. Oh yes,
so
it's called diapers. Eh? It's
Yeah.
like the way we say Superloaf. Okay.
So we say Omo
to mean like washing powder.
Yes.
So this is diapers. We're calling them napkins. Napkins are like, they're made of cotton. I don't know if you go to Biashara Street, they're still there. And they're quite expensive, by the way.
Because now they are not in demand.
They were still expensive, but you see, you didn't need many. You buy, they used to be sold in dozens. They usually sell them in dozens. So those, you have to keep on washing them daily. As kids, poop,
But
you wash,
have,
you have
like
soak.
You were robbed of your childhood by becoming a mom.
I would say yes, but I would say a bit yes. In my head and in my mind and in my brain cells, I always knew I was not a girl because I was already a mother. You see, when my friends are jumping and not knowing about how their future is, there was something good that came out of it, by the way. I was always a mother. That never changed. So I knew I had to work hard because my parents cannot take care of my children for long. They're taking care of me. It's like they're holding my babies in trust.
As you transition.
As I transition, as I finish my education. And then I take over. In fact, that's what I did. So once I actually finished my university education, I started working, I took over. But do you know, my parents are amazing. They have always been in my life, in my children's life. Do you know they are basically parents to my children?
Even right now?
Even right now. They never miss meetings, you see the school meetings, the school functions, the circumcision, because they're boys, they had to go through the transition. They were always present. It's like now they have 3 parents.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, and me.
Then me.
They are so lucky. They are very lucky children. So they have
God
so
bless
much
your
love.
parents.
Yes, and they are amazing. Wherever they are, I hope they see this.
Send them a special message if they get sick.
Oh, my babies.
Know your parents.
We start with my baby.
Okay.
Just me, Tuma. I just pray for you every day, and I wish you the best in everything that you do. Work hard. You know, tumetoka mbali, we are from far, and you can go further. And same as Tito, I also wish you the best. Mommy here is loving you, lots of love. You and Jessie, I love you so much. So do what you do well. They're actually both very hardworking. Yeah, and making me very proud.
And what would you like to tell your parents?
My parents are just the amazing parents. Oh my God, guys. If you know my parents, when you see them, just tell them thank you. Tell them thank you also, because I have friends who I grew up with and they know my parents. Just appreciate them also for me. I'm appreciating them. I talk to them almost on a daily basis. But I'd love, if anyone knows my parents and you meet them, tell them thank you. They're really amazing. They did an awesome job.
Thank you, Mommy and Daddy.
And not only for me, they actually have taken care of many families. They have helped many other children. I know people watching this who know my parents would also testify that my parents have also paid for their fees. My parents have this big heart. They have helped so many people.
So now, your story seems like, despite being a teen mom, you had a lot of support.
Yeah.
Something contrary to what most teen moms go through, whereby when you actually they don't announce that they're pregnant. When the parents realize that their daughter is pregnant, you're now like an outcast. You're told to go be on your own. you are no longer a child. You actually, some parents say, we can't have two women. In this case, women to mean mothers. We can't have two women in the same house. So like the young lady is sent out. What would you tell parents who are still doing that? Or who, in case they find themselves in a situation where their young little princess is pregnant? What would you tell them?
Well, I would say I'm also a parent right now. And I can tell you, if I did not have the support of my parents, I don't know where I would be, because how would I have afforded my education? I wouldn't be paying for myself. I was not working. I was still under 18 years. How would I have afforded paying for maternity? See, all these were dependent on my children. So in as much as parents, you think this is an extra burden, once it happens, just support. Just support. But what I can encourage parents is just start doing these sex discussions. I think my mom was very shy, and she was a church person. So I don't know if it's church people who usually feel shy to talk about sex matters. It's like a taboo.
African parents.
Yeah, but what I can tell you after watching this video, kindly, it's never too late to start having these discussions with your child as soon as they can start speaking. Even when they understand their body parts, because they have to know that these body parts, no one can touch them. It's only mommy.
Yes.
No man should touch. Even brothers, you're not allowed to touch your girls.
Basically, they should be made aware of.
Yeah, that their body is
the temple of the Lord.
Exactly. That is what I was looking for. It's a temple of the Lord. It's holy. No one should touch them. Start having these discussions, and always talk to them. Let them be free. Ask them questions. Talk to them about the school, and make them your friends. I know they don't, as a parent, you're not supposed to be so much of a friend, because they say too much of a friend, you may forget that you're also a parent.
But still discipline and, to mold the child to be responsible.
But you can find a balance.
You can find a balance?
Yes, you can find a balance. Like you, Lydia, you have a daughter.
Yes.
I would tell you that as soon as your daughter is walking and speaking, you tell her, you just start talking to her. And there's nothing until you wait until she's a teenager. I think my mom was waiting, until I was maybe 20. But you see, it's a discussion probably I needed when I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
3 years old. And you keep discussing it so that they know that no man is supposed to touch them. If there's a way that girls can remain virgins until they get married, it would be really good. I mean, if I could, I would. Knowing what I know now, I would keep myself pure. There's no hurry.
Yeah.
There's no hurry, and God will always connect you with the right person wherever you are. Whether you are in Kenya, whether you go to Uganda to study, whether you go to China, whether you speak Chinese, there's always somebody for you wherever you are. And just be patient. Just take care of yourself and pray. Pray is very important, because also remaining pure is not easy. So you have to really pray. And if you feel, I read the Bible, and Paul says that if you feel that you can't really hold it anymore, you can get married, so that you don't sin. If you can't, then you can use condoms. There were condoms, by the way, but I think I wasn't really aware about it so much. But they were there, so that's another way. If you really can't abstain, you use protection. Again, there are STDs, because there are people also who are not fortunate, who ended up with, there were so many diseases that time. In my time, there was syphilis, there's gonorrhea, I think it's still there, there's HIV. So all these are still there, and they are still existing if you still have unprotected sex. So I know many girls, what they do is they go and take this drug that they sell in the chemist. I think it's called P3 or P2 or P2 Postinol. And they think that is the solution. However, that I can tell you is going to destroy you, because at the time maybe you get a really nice man and you want to get married, maybe you'll have spoiled your womb or uterus because of taking that medication. It is not good. If you're taking that medication, stop it right now. go see a gynecologist, tell him I've been taking this, so that maybe he gives you some medicine that you can clear in your system, so that it doesn't damage your system. Okay?
Yeah.
And even abortions, when you keep doing very many, it also weakens your uterus. So don't do that. There are many solutions. You can do it. You can do. You can adopt.
We are just putting a disclaimer that we are not experts.
We are not. So this I'm talking from my experience.
In this field. So in case of any further information, it's always good to go seek medical advice. They are in a better place to explain these things.
Exactly. That is why I said go see a gynecologist, because he has all the answers. For me, it's just talking from my experience. And I also ask questions from like doctors. They say, yeah, when you keep on doing this, it weakens the uterus. Yes, as Lydia puts it, yes. Always see your gynecologist as a woman. Yeah, just check up. You know, people think that to see a gynecologist, you have to have started to have sex. No, you just, as a woman, just do checkups and regular checkups. Just the way you go see your dentist for your teeth, do checkups as a woman. Let the doctor see how is your menstruation, because that's another thing. Like when you, like for me, I knew like that natural, but sometimes the way it's not so regular, so you can, because I used to try to to work around the menstruation cycle and that those numbers you do natural, but sometimes it fails. And I think for me,
just
in
go
my case,
seek medical attention.
it failed.
Go seek medical attention.
Yeah.
And I think what I've taken home from the conversation is that she didn't have the information.
I did not.
So I think it's important for parents to start having this conversation with their kids while they are still young. Of course, others have the conversation and things happen, but I think conversation with your kids will help. And if they happen to get the babies at a young age, just lend them a hand and guide them, because no baby is a mistake, right?
That's
no baby
true.
is a mistake.
Very true. Everyone comes, God has a purpose for everyone.
Yes. So guys, we'll keep having this conversation. This is one of the first. Let us know your take, your thoughts, your criticisms. We'll keep getting better, bringing you more stories and interacting. And oh, by the way, this I should have started from the beginning. Kate has a YouTube channel. She's a finance guru. Please go check her out. Maybe you can give out your YouTube channel and people will be able to go and interact with you on that area of finance.
Yes, thank you once again. So kindly go and subscribe to my channel. It's a very good channel. It's about life and finances, and that is the name of my channel.
Yeah.
Life and Finances. Kindly go and subscribe to it, like, share. Let's have this conversation going, and also let me know if there are other things you want me to talk to you about.
Yeah.
But all I can encourage you for now, you get pregnant as a teenage mom, stay in school.
For sure.
You will have a very good future ahead of you. And parents, support your teenage girl who gets pregnant.
Yeah. So guys, it is at this point we say goodbye. We'll see you on the next video.
Thank you so much.